everyone. Welcome to The Final Four is Not on the Schedule. I'm your host, Eric, alongside with expert analyst Rod. Thanks for joining us on the best MSU basketball podcast featuring an in-depth recruiting, game matchup, and post-game analysis. We dive deep to give you the best tools to enjoy the Spartans and impress your friends and family. Hey everybody, it's Eric alongside Rod. We're thrilled to welcome another guest to The Final Four is on the Schedule. Today's guest is number 5, 6'2" sophomore guard Tre Holloman, who hails from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tre averaged 8.5 minutes a game last season, along with 1.4 points and a little under a rebound a game, with a very impressive 2.6 assist to turnover ratio. He shot 40% from the field, 27% from three, and 75% from the line. All of those obviously on pretty limited volume. And maybe most importantly, my son refers to you as the GOAT or the safe. The first time he watched you play, he said, he's like a safe. He just locks people down. And so it was very impressive watching you as a freshman come in and with your defense. So anyway, Tre, thanks so much for joining the Final Fours on the Schedule.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, man. I am glad to be here.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you. So tell us a little bit about how you ended up at Michigan State. When did Michigan State start pursuing you and making contact with you? And when in your mind did you make the decision, I'm headed to State as long as they, as soon as they ask?
Coach came to my football practice when I was a sophomore. So then it just started from there. And then, we just kept on building that relationship. And then, he was at my AAU games. He was at my, high school games. And then I took my 2 visits and then I committed. So.
Was he the only coach who showed up at your football practices?
I think it was Coach Wojcik and then Coach Dwayne Stevens too. I think those 3 came to practice.
I can't imagine it's very common for basketball coaches to show up at football practices for guys who are recruiting.
Yeah, man, that was a cool. Everybody was pointing because I didn't even notice until I looked, and then they was like, "Oh my God, that's Coach Izzo. That's Coach Izzo." I'm like, "Where?" And then they was just walking in, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Yeah, man. So that was cool.
You came in last year to Michigan State as a point guard, obviously, and you'd played point guard your whole career growing up, right?
Yep.
You'd always been a point guard. So Michigan State, as we know, already had AJ on the roster,
Yep.
Already had Tyson on the roster. This year, both of those guys are back, plus Jeremy Fears.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself this season? Do you think you're going to be on the ball more than off it? Because last year when you played, you were mostly on the ball. That was your role.
Yeah.
Come in as a backup point guard. Do you see yourself primarily still as a point guard this year? Or do you think you're going to be shifted more off the ball in order to get more playing time?
I think coach is going to put me in the best position where I could just be myself. So if that's playing the point guard spot, then I will. But I can also play other spots too. So just to see where he puts me, that's gonna be his say, and then I'm gonna have to go out and then do my thing. So.
Well, maybe as kind of a related question, I thought last year, my opinion, I think your shot looks good, but at times it seemed like you were more, just from the outside, it seemed like you were more focused on making sure you ran the offense as opposed to looking for your own shot.
Yeah.
Do you expect that you're going to be more aggressive in terms of looking to get your own offense this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I worked on my shot, every day. So, my shot looks and then it feels better. So yeah, I'm going to be aggressive. So
we'll expect to see something different. I think, just going kind of along the same lines, as a freshman at Michigan State, I think lots of guys, I think they get the impression scoring is what puts them on the floor. It seemed like you understood right away that the way you're going to get minutes is to play solid defense, to not mess up in the sense, not turn the ball over and run the offense and not actually look to score so much. Is that something you just kind of knew going in? Did the coaches tell you that? How did you sort of figure that out? Because it seems like some players take a little while to realize that that's how they get the minutes at Michigan State.
I didn't have confidence. So then, when I was out there, I was just trying to not mess up. So then I would go out there, pass, cut, try and get other people's shots. And then I just came back and I tried to bring the energy on defense. So, that was my role, and I, took pride in that as the season went on.
You just wrapped up Moneyball, and you've been through it twice now, so that it doesn't necessarily tell us a whole lot, at least about the Michigan State players that are in it, in terms of what's going to happen in the season that follows, except for a few things, like maybe if guys have made big changes with their body, or they're adding a 3-point shot. Sometimes that happens with bigger players. They haven't taken a lot of threes before, and you start seeing them take a lot in Moneyball, and it's kind of a preview of what's to come. But for you, what were you looking to use your time in Moneyball this year to do? What was your focus, if anything?
Make some threes, off of the dribble. If it was catching a shoot, getting the ball off quicker. And, that's all that I was working on. And then my handle too, creating a space, trying to get my shot off. So that's all that I was working on.
So kind of tying in with what we were talking about a few minutes ago, with being more aggressive in terms of looking for your own offense this year instead of just setting up your teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it a different atmosphere this time in Moneyball as opposed to your first year? I'm thinking, especially with somebody like Cohen out there and all his dunking, that might have gotten the fans maybe a little more fired up. Did it seem like a different atmosphere this summer?
Oh, yes, for sure. There was way more people there this year than last year, I would say.
So that's got to make it a lot more fun for you guys to play. Yeah,
man. For sure. It was, exciting to see different faces come out this year. It's the fans, they came out, and they had their basketballs, they had their jerseys, and it was a fun time for sure.
Did you I can't remember, the one night I was there, Travis Trice was there. Did you play against him or with him, or
no?
Did you talk to him a little bit?
I played the next game because we had practice earlier, and then Travis Trice came to practice. And then, that was fun too. So we knew that he was playing.
His son, who's really little, he was really good. I couldn't believe how well he could handle the ball. Did you see him out there?
Yeah, man. He was running around at practice, trying to shoot and stuff. So, he's a little man. Yeah, that's my guy.
So last year, you're pretty fortunate that big tournament run, made it through the Sweet 16, almost got past Kansas State. So you had a good season. Obviously, you guys want to achieve more this year. What are the two things that you think are the most important for you guys to correct or improve upon from last year's team to this season to get more success?
I think rebounding, getting out and running, and then just everybody knowing their role, and then I think we should be fine for sure. But like a rebounding is a big one though.
Yeah, that's one thing we point out throughout the season, that the rebounding was not great by Michigan State standards, especially in the offensive end. It was actually one of the poor offensive rebounding jobs for in recent history, and a lot of that, the Rod contends, oftentimes is related to the guard play. The wings and like someone playing the 2, because obviously your point guard, you're probably expected to be the one getting back, but everybody else is kind of crashing. Do you feel that's the emphasis? I mean, is that something that you feel there's more focus on practice about you're getting out and crashing the boards as far as the wings and the guards in your positions?
Oh yeah, for sure. We got this thing called WAR, where like you gotta get a defensive rebound to like take it down, and then like we just be going at it. So coach gets on us for not crashing the board. So that's what we do.
So you guys have been doing the war drill this summer?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess
we do it every summer though. That's like one of their strongest drills that we do for rebounding.
Well, you'll know he's getting really serious about that stuff when he breaks out the helmets and the shoulder pads, which has happened a time or two over the years, from what we understand.
Yeah.
So you got as we talked about, you got your chance to play your first season in the Big Ten last year. I'm curious, because the Big Ten is known as a conference where most of the schools have really, really strong fan bases, and they turn out for home games, and they're very hostile places for opposing teams to come in. What was the place you thought was the toughest to play in last year out of all the Big Ten gyms that you saw, if you had to pick one?
I would say Indiana's loud. Purdue's always loud.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, what's their name? Illinois. Yep. They were loud that game, man. It was like we were like their like a championship game. Like man, they were loud. Man, they were super loud in there.
Well, you've named 3 of them. That's a pretty consistent group, because those are 3 of the places that I think, I've been watching Big Ten basketball since the 70s, and those 3 would be right at the top. So that sure seems to be a pretty good list.
So then, of course, the big question that's coming this year, the 4 new faces and only 1 departing, with Joey. So what has your impression been of the 4 freshmen? I don't know how involved you guys are with the actual recruitment. I mean, I know they come in and visit and you sort of meet them then, but now that you've had a chance to play with them, I mean, and not just watch highlights, what's been your impression of the 4 guys who've come on?
They all are good, man. They all come in and then they compete. So like, man, practice is fun, man. Jeremy is working on his shot some more. So Jeremy looks good. Garrett gets shooting the ball better. His defense is coming along. Cohen has looked great, man. Like, man, Cohen has looked good, and then Booker is looking good too, man. Xavier is looking really good. So they should be fine this year, I think.
Is it nice having them carry your bags for you?
For sure, man. We haven't got into that yet, but they're gonna find out.
Yeah, you get and you're off that duty now, so it's got to be extra sweet for you.
Yeah, man, that's fun.
So we know every year at Michigan State, it's a point of emphasis for guys, and especially after their first year, I think we see it usually the most dramatically, for their bodies to change, because they get that chance to go through a full off season of workouts and targeted stuff and know what they're trying to do. Has there been anything physically for you that you've been focusing on in this offseason? I mean, I thought you looked pretty well prepared to play physically as a freshman, and probably some of that's to do with your football background. But
Yeah.
is there anything specifically that you were looking to work on in terms of physical development this year?
Just putting on some more weight, because my weight has been going up and down. So I just been focusing on, eating more, and then just getting up extra reps in the weight room.
Gotcha. And you feel pretty good about where you are at this point with that, that process?
Yeah. I could probably gain 2 more pounds, but other than that, I feel great right now, man. I feel stronger, I feel tougher, I feel smarter. So
every 40-year-old who's listening to this is like, man, I wish I could have a goal of gaining weight. I guess at practice, I suppose you play with every combination, right? You're playing with, you guys mix it up all the time, so you get used to playing with whatever you get in whatever situation you have during the games.
Yeah.
How does Malik look? I mean, is he moving pretty much like he did because you remember him at the beginning of the season last year before he got hurt, right?
Yeah, for sure. Malik looks good. He is getting back comfortable. But he looks great. He feels great, and he said, he's just looking to keep on getting better.
I lived in Iowa City for 8 years, so that's I know people in Minnesota don't look kindly on Iowa. I understand. I get it. So, but it was a change for me coming from Michigan, because the winter, of course, is really sunny, but it's really, really cold. You're really used to cold in the winter.
For sure.
And so what was your impression coming to Michigan? I mean, it's obviously not as cold, but it's a lot cloudier. I mean, what was your feeling for winter this last year?
I mean, winter was cool, it wasn't too cold, but it was a cold, but all you need is a jacket and a little hat, and then you should be fine. I think.
Yeah.
Get you some boots too, but yeah.
I always remember the kids from North Dakota where I trained, they would always say, we'd always complain about it being cold. They're like, it's not cold until your nose freezes shut when you walk outside. So that's when you know it's cold, but that's more that's more a Minnesota thing.
Yeah, man. It was super, super, super cold back home. So I was glad to be here, man.
Well, the last question we've got for you, and we would be remiss if we didn't ask you about the hot dog place commercial that you did with AJ, because that's gotten a lot of attention, certainly on Michigan State social media. So first I want to ask you, how did that come about? Did they just reach out to both of you guys, or one of you, and one of you brought the other? How'd that go?
I got this NIL agent secret, shout out Secret, but she was trying to finalize a deal for me, and then it just came about, and then they wanted me and AJ to do it, so then they just reached out to a Secret, and then we got the commercial going. Now, who do you think is most responsible for that thing going viral a little bit, you or AJ? Which one of you is the better actor? AJ? I mean, I was the better, actor, but it was a good little script that they had, so it was fun, but man.
They should have another commercial where you beat AJ, right? I don't think it's fair that just because he's a senior, but I guess that's the way it goes in the team, right?
Yeah, man, right. That's how it goes, man. They like the upper classmen, so man, it was all fun though.
So Tre, thanks so much for coming on the show. I just want to remind all our listeners that there are two great sponsors of the show, Brothers That Just Do Gutters. If you are having trouble with your gutter work, please check out the Brothers That Just Do Gutters at brothersgutters.com. If you're on the west side of the state, Kurt and his team will take fantastic care of you. Leaf guards, the repair, replace you gutters, anything you need done. On the east side of the state, Greg and his team in the Detroit metro area. And also Nudge Printing. It's getting close to football season, and basketball season is not far around the corner. You can wear a cool shirt like I'm wearing if you're watching this on YouTube. Maybe, I don't know how the NAL deals work. We'll try maybe get you one here too, Trey. The Final Four is on the schedule logo shirt. We got one for Coach Kelly, so I don't know. We got to figure out all the rules. I don't want to get throw anyone in jail. You know, they're the guys in Iowa who are betting on games. We know that's wrong, but I'm not sure how the NAL stuff works. Don't want to get you in trouble. But anyway, if you want to check out Nudge Printing, 20% off if you type Final Four into the coupon code at nudgeprinting.com. You can get the cool gear, vintage Spartans decals, and all sorts of stuff you need. It's for the everyday guy, so just the average guys who are just going to the restaurant. So Nudge Printing is where you should go. Great quality products. Well, Trey, I guess next time we'll see you on the court. Good luck this season.
Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Absolutely. Until next time, the Final Four is on the schedule. Go green.
Go white.